Good afternoon, Flosstube. My name is Crystal, and this is my channel where I talk about cross-stitching. I've had a few people ask about my name, Tattletales and Pop-Tarts. And so I figured I'd quick get that out of the way. Like 10 years ago, 9 years ago, some years ago, I started a blog. I don't even remember what the blog was for. I don't remember if I did anything on it. I don't think I did. I don't know. But I was trying to come up with a name. And when I was trying to come up with a name, the girls were at it. And they were tattletaling and tattletaling and tattletaling. And I just was racking my brain trying to think up a name. And then it dawned on me, like, tattletales. I have 2 of them in my house, and I've never met bigger tattletales. And it was so bad that in the past, like, if one of them would come to tattle, I would give the person they were tattling on a high five in the hopes that it would curb the tattling. It was so annoying. But yeah, that's the tattletales part. And then honestly, like, when Philip and I met, I was not very domestic. I didn't really cook at all. He did. And so I kind of lived off Pop-Tarts. So, Tattletales and Pop-Tarts, and that's just kind of stuck, and I never really changed it, and I figured I'd just keep going with it. So, I got that out of the way. Also wanted to mention Mania. I am participating in Stitch Mania this year. I just started cross-stitching again in January, and already am down the rabbit hole. So, I am starting 32 projects, at least. And if you want to see my plans, most of the things I'm going to be starting are all freebies. So if you want to see not all of them, but most. If you want to see my plans, I'll do a separate video. Just let me know, comment down below. So I think I'm looking at my note sheet. I think that's everything that I wanted to mention right away. So I will get into whips. I had a super productive 2 weeks. I worked on monthly challenges for Enchanted Stitching. I worked on weekly challenges both weeks for Enchanted Stitching, and I got all of the prompts done. So that means I've done a ton. I also worked on WhipGo. I started WhipGo in April, so I had my April WhipGo's to do, and I'm going back to do January through March. So I worked on a ton of things. I have a list here. I think I have everything on the list that I worked on for the last 2 weeks and the reasons why I worked on them. But I don't know. So we'll just start. I have a massive pile. The first one I worked on was Kringles. This is a working copy that I just made. So there's Kringles. So I'm a ding dong, and first of all, I'm colorblind. Like, actually colorblind. It's a mostly male trait, but occasionally females are colorblind, so I am colorblind. And when I was looking at the picture, this is the working copy, so you're not going to be able to tell, but the background looked ivory to me. And I didn't really read it, so I was like, yeah, ivory, that'll be awesome. So I started it. I got quite a bit done. Look at those little bricks. They're going to be so cute. This is 14 count ivory. I'm doing 2/1. Yeah, 2 strands. The problem is it calls for 5 skeins of ecru or eggshell or whatever fancy floss, and that's not going to show up on here. And I was like, dang it. So I went onto the Michaels website, and my husband did a pickup. So I got 5 skeins of Blanc. So I will be switching the ecru to Blanc. Yeah. My hope is to pull this out at least once a week
for something to work on it. It is massive. This week I started I had a lot of new starts. So this was a new start, and a lot of them are huge. So that was Kringles, and I love it. I don't know if it's going to get done this year though. It is so big. It is so big. I didn't realize how big. And like I said, I have a bunch of other things that I also want to work on this year that are also huge. So the next, and Kringles I worked on for a weekly prompt and a monthly prompt. So I got 1,000 stitches in it the first session that I worked on, and then 250 stitches the second session. So that was pretty good. So the next whip I have was also a new start, and I absolutely love this. I want them all. I have the Halloween one that I'm going to start in Mania, but it's Happy 4th of July, right? No, Celebrate 4th of July by Madame Chantilly. These Celebrate charts, Celebrate. I love them. I love them so much. So, I did not realize how massive they are. They are massive. They are 142 by 242. So that's definitely not going to get done by the 4th of July, or Memorial Day is when I would really like for my patriotic stuff to be done, but it won't be. So I'm doing this on 14 count tea-dyed Aida, and yeah, I got a decent start. I did this one for a monthly challenge as well, and I started on the dress, and then this is a flower pot, and my stitches are getting better. My stitches are getting better, and I'm pretty proud of that. So that was a new start also, but yeah, I have the Halloween one. I want the Christmas one and the Easter one. I don't know if I will do the seasons. They have a spring and an Easter one, but I decorate for Valentine's Day and then spring/Easter, and I just leave all my Easter stuff up. And then in May, go straight into patriotic stuff. So I don't necessarily need the spring one, but I really want the Easter and the Christmas one of those. So what did I work on next? Oh, and y'all, they're in my favorite project bags. My wallet's favorite project bags. The Ziploc. Stylish, fancy, and super cheap. But this was my next one. This one I worked on. This was also a new start. I worked on it for a weekly prompt, and also the 24 hours of cross stitch marathon that was this past weekend that I participated in for the first time, and I got all 24 hours in. This I think I worked on for 2 hours. Yes, I worked on for 2 hours. So this is Fireworks on the 4th by Stone Street Stitchworks, and this my goal is to have done by May. So my question is, since I decorate for summer, May through Memorial Day through Labor Day, I'm thinking about taking 4th of July off there and putting the word freedom or America. Something like that. But I love this one, y'all. The barn. Anywho, so that was my first time stitching on anything but 14 count Aida. I started this on 18 count tea-dyed Aida. Look how teeny tiny those stitches are. So I'm doing one strand over one except for the white, because I just don't feel like one strand of white shows up very well.
So, but I love it so much. And I started something today on 18 count, and I think 18 count is my new favorite. Mainly because I really like using one strand. And the X's are so teeny tiny and cute. So that was another new start, and I went nuts with the new starts last 2 weeks, which is crazy because I'm about to start Mania, and that's all new starts. I'm gonna have a big old bin. So the next one is, I don't have a cover sheet for this. It is called The Welcome Freebie by Jardin Privé. I will link it down below. I'm going to quick flash you my working copy because it is a freebie. But I mark things out on my working copy. So one of the sheets looks like it's black. It's not black. It's just done. So, but Welcome Home Sweet Home is what it says. And it comes in a bunch of different languages. Like a ton. I'll link it below. But I worked on this one for a weekly challenge, so I got 250 stitches in. I got one of the sheep done. Can you see that? Am I showing? Okay. I got one of the sheep done, the word sweet, and started on the flower in the middle. I have no idea what you can see. Oh, there we go. So I love this one. I hope to get this one out again soon. The sheep take a long time, but I think once the sheep are done, there's like some trees and just words, so that'll go pretty quickly. So that was not a new start, but it is a freebie that I will link below. I'll link all of this stuff below. What did I work on next? Christmas Eve at Darlington Abbey. This one's massive also. So this is from the Twin Peak Primitives Etsy page. That's what it looks like. I love it. I love it. But it is massive and a lot of stitches. And I will say that while I love these, I do really like working on small things and getting them done. That sense of accomplishment I just love. This one, I'm not getting that quick sense of accomplishment with this one. But I did get quite a bit done. I worked on this one for a monthly challenge, so I believe I got 1,000 stitches in on it. It was a new start in the last 2 weeks. My phone's going nuts. And this is done on 14 count. I could take my needle out. 14 count gray Rit dyed Ada. And if you can see the little black specks, I mean, I'm not super pleased with the black specks. That's part of the Rit dye process. But I think it'll be okay. I don't know. This was my first attempt at Rit dyeing. So, but I got part of the roof done and some windows. And it was a lot of stitching. Okay, and here's the other thing. All this. I don't want to serge, but this drives me nuts. So, that was Christmas Eve at Darlington Abbey. I love this one also, but it's another massive Christmas piece, and honestly, in the month of May, I'm starting 3 more Christmas pieces, massive ones, as part of WhipGo. 2 of them were called this month, and then, well, 2 of them were called for May, and then 1 is one I'm trying to catch up from, like, January or something. So you'll see those in 2 weeks. Because it's probably going to be a 2-week video schedule while these children are home because they never leave. They never leave. All right, next, Bloomtopia. This is a Fat Quarter Shop stitch along. I left their information. I'll leave it linked down below again. They give out a new release every 1st and 15th of the month. It is a free stitch along. They ask that you make a $15 donation to Make-A-Wish. All the information is on their blog. But this was release number 6. Yeah, that's what we did. And release number 7 comes out on May 1st, which is the first day of Mania. So I'm going to try and keep up. So this is release 6. It's cute. And y'all, I don't know. This is like 14 count tea-dyed oatmeal Aida from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's or something. Like, this is the first fabric I bought. A lot of fabric I've gotten from like secondhand stores and then I just dye it. But this was the first one. Like, I bought the big roll. And I know that it's like cheap fabric and I tea-dyed it and it's probably not the best looking, but it stitches like, it's like butter. I don't have makeup on. I don't wear makeup anymore because nobody sees me but my kids and y'all, but I don't know y'all. Y'all, I don't think y'all care. Y'all are here for the stitching, not the gray hair and makeup. Missing makeup. So I worked on that for release 6, and then I worked on Spring House. This is another freebie. This was not a new start. The freebie by Brooks Books, and it is a set of 4 houses. I did not print the cover page because, y'all, I'm trying to save ink. But, and you're not really going to be able to tell because I do a lot of Sharpieing as I've finished something. And there's numbers everywhere because I count my stitches. But this is the roof and this is the house. So I have made a ton of progress on this one. This is the spring house. I have all 4. They're free. I will link them below. But I'm not going to get the summer one even started, I don't think. So this is going to be the spring and summer house this year. This is what it looks like so far. So there's the roof. I got the roof. I worked on the roof this week. I don't know. The clouds are going pretty good. They're almost done. And then there's a kite in the middle of there. And then the house is, I have 3 more windows to outline and finish the wreath, and then the house is done, and then I've got just like the 2 trees on the side, and it's done. So I'm hoping to get this one out for some sort of prompt again. I'm loving the Enchanted Stitching prompts because this isn't something I would necessarily want to get out right now because I really just want to be stitching on 4th of July stuff, but it's helpful as I chuck everything. Okay, next. This one's random and weird, but I went to St. Vincent de Paul. Oh gosh, like in February, maybe? I don't know. And I was looking for cross-stitching stuff, like, and I came across, y'all, a whole mess of these magazines. All sorts of magazines. And a lot of it's outdated, and it's not all my taste. However, there are a few little random things here and there that I'm like, I like that. So this is called Bowl and Pitcher.
And it is in the February 1989 The Country Stitch Monthly. It has a companion piece, this fresh lemonade. I'm not going to do that one. I like that one. This is probably the only thing out of this entire magazine I will stitch, but I got the magazine for 20 cents, so you can't beat it. So this was a new start. This was a Whip Go challenge. Whip Go for me is working on an item for 10 hours. It's not to push for a finish. It's not to get a certain amount of stitches. It's just to work on something for 10 hours that month. So this took me 10 hours. So that is the entire picture is done. So, dilemma. I don't have like a thread drop or a whatever y'all fancy people use. Here's my nest of blue. This was in a baggie at the St. Vincent de Paul for like 75 cents. I got like 2 dozen skeins of, I've never even heard of, I don't even know. I didn't even keep it. But here's the red that I'm using. Mercerized embroidery cotton. Boil proof. 9 yards. These used to be 15 cents. But yeah, y'all see that? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know. But I had a blue one. This is Devil Red. This blue one, I can't remember what it was called. I wrote it down somewhere in my binder, probably, my notebook. The problem is I'm just going to show y'all real quick. The bowl, the bowl is all blue. And this is all I have left. It's not gonna. So, I can work on the bowl and use this. But what I really think I want to do is, because I use 2 strands, this is 14 count tea-dyed Ada. I use 2 strands. Since I'm colorblind, my husband's going to have to go do this for me. He is going to have to take this mess to the Joann's. Yep. And match it up. I'm not going to be able to do that well enough. And then what I'll do is I'll use 1 strand of this and 1 strand of that as 2 strands to do the bowl. And hopefully it won't be too different. He's pretty good at colors. I call him in a lot. Hey, does this look like it? The life of being colorblind. So that's going to be put on hold for a little while, but I did get my 10 hours in on it. I worked on that for Whip Go, and it was nice because I worked on it for 10 hours of the 24 hours of cross stitch marathon. So yeah, there was that. Quilty Love. I don't have the cover page for this. I have a working copy, so I can't show you this, but this was a stitch along from Fat Quarter Shop. They did for Valentine's Day. Well, it was like Valentine's colors. And I did it for Valentine's Day. And then I did it for Easter. And that one's still up. It's not like anyone's coming over, so it doesn't matter. And now I'm doing Patriotic. So I worked on this for a weekly challenge, and I got that whole middle row done, the whole row of hearts. So I have another row of hearts, 3 more blocks up here, and then the 3 blocks on the bottom. So I should be able to get that one done by the end of May. My goal is to get this one, Stars and Stripes, and Fireworks on the 4th done by the end of May. So that's my goal for Patriotic stuff. Everything else will be fun to start. Oh no. Oh yeah. Sorry. Thought I had a faulty zipper on my designer project bag. But I don't. And if I did, I would just go get a new one because Next I worked on Stars and Stripes. This was for a weekly challenge, and I worked on it for the marathon. This is, I think I called it Liberty at one point. It's Stars and Stripes. This was from one of the 2016 Just Cross Stitch magazines. This was a collaboration, hands-on design, and Priscilla Blaine from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. It is done on, I believe, chalkboard. I am doing it on black. And this is a black and white copy because ink saving. Y'all, for real. There's my colors. It's a whole mess. I don't even care. I'm doing all these in DMC. Make sure. So, for the weekly challenge, I did this heart up here because you had to stitch in the middle of nowhere. So I was like, I'm just going to go where it's not touching anything and call that the middle of nowhere. So that flower, 250 stitches. Sheesh. And then for the marathon, I worked on filling in more of the flag. Now I feel like once the flag is done, and I've got a good bit of it, I would say I'm about halfway done with the flag. Once the flag is done, and I've got about 1.5 flowers outlined, it should fly, right? I hope. I don't know. So this is one of my 3, like the goal. 3 to have done by the end of May. If not, I'll just leave my spring one up because I interchange these. That's the plan, at least. Interchange them. So, alright. Almost done with whips. Almost. Next was, this one's also pretty random. This was another, this is going to be another Whip Go. I did not work on it for Whip Go this time. But this is a set of 3. This is from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. This is the March-April 1987 magazine. I need okay. So I started it's called Hanging the Quilts. I am obsessed with Amish. Anything Amish. I am obsessed. And so it's in the different magazines you got. So I have this one and I have this one. And I am on the hunt for this one. And it is Tending the Garden is in the May-June 1987 Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazine. If anyone knows where I can find that for a reasonable amount of money, please let me know. So this was a month. I worked on this for the monthly challenge, and the marathon. But it was something with a landscape. So there is a landscape in there. However, none of my floss has made it from 1, 2, 3 stitch yet. So I could not work on the landscape. Instead, I worked on the house. I worked on all the white because these are the 2 colors that I had in my stash. So. But I've been wanting to do these for a while since I got these. It is a lot of backstitch though. Like a lot of backstitch. And this is on light blue 14 count Ada. And I am going to do all 3 and put them next to each other. And this will come up at some point as a Whip Go, and I'll work on it for 10 hours. And I think these are going to be like long-term whips. I don't know. We'll see. Because they're not seasonal. I really love me some seasonal stuff. But I also love Amish.
Okay, if I could take 3 things and still be Amish, I would take air conditioning, my vacuum, like 3 tangible things, not my son, but I would take my cordless vacuum, my air conditioning, and my wax warmer with a lifetime supply of melts. Yep, if I could take those 3 things, I could be Amish. I could do it. And my last whip is Penelope and Peep. This is a sip of the seasons. It is a 4-part series by Stitching with the Housewives on Etsy. You can also get it at a ton of other shops. I know Fat Quarter shops carrying it. So that's Penelope. She's holding her Peep. It's obviously didn't get done by Easter, but I'll pull her out. I had mentioned that I didn't know if I was going to do the border. So I worked on her for an hour of the marathon. So I'm trying to just pull these whips out at least once in a 2-week period. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stitch the border. So I worked on that. That's an hour's worth of stitching that border. That's ridiculous. She's so cute. She's so cute. But I figured if I just start the border, that means I have to do it. Because I'm not ripping all that out. Nope. Not ripping all that out. So, that's all my whips. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 whips with 6 new starts. I'm insane. Let me get all the air out. Okay. And I had 3 finishes. So I worked on, what are these called? I don't have the cover page with, like, I make working copies and then file everything away. And then I didn't even keep my working copy of this. This is A Year in Chalk by Hands On Design. And this is May. Plant Seeds of Joy. So I love this because for so many reasons, but one of the reasons is because of the mustard seed. We are very active in our church, and the mustard seed is super important to our faith. And so I love the sentiment, plant seeds of joy, because the mustard seed really can give you ultimate joy. I'm not going to talk about that on here. But I think that I have a few really close friends from church. I think I'm going to stitch a bunch of these because they're small. Maybe not in that green. I don't know. And give them to them. So that was a finish. And then my other May piece. So I do have because I haven't put the buttons on yet. So May Flip It Stamp by Lizzie Kate. And all of these things have been done in the called for DMC. Yes. Except for the pink bird. That is the only color that I did not have. My order has not made it yet. And so I was like, I'm just going to pick a different color. Who cares? I don't. So it's super cute. So these two need to be FFO'd. And the button will go on. Yeah, instead of romance, I used DMC 603, whatever that is. Because I have a lot of it. And then on Saturday,
for the marathon and also to participate in my first ever hashtag Mary25 stitching. I started and finished this weekend. I'm trying to fold this. This is from the Christmas Ornament 2017 edition of Just Cross Stitch magazine that you can get from, if I forget to link these below, anniescatalog.com. But there's that one. It is so sweet. I am not gonna, like, I love this fabric, but I just want it to be an ornament, and that's kind of big to me. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. But here is, it's so cute. I had all of the called for colors. It's only 3. Well, really it's 2, and then those 2 strings. But I loved it. Woo. And honestly, y'all, this took 5 hours. 5 of them. 5 whole hours. It's so small. So small. And this is unfortunately part of getting really cheap fabric, is that's supposed to be a square. And it is not fully square, it is rectangular. But I'm okay with that. It's because the stitches are longer in one direction. But, so, those are my 3 finishes. Haul. I have some haul. So first, I don't remember where I got this from. I can't remember. One of the websites that's doing this. But I wanted to participate in the monthly whatever of the Truckin' Along series, Stitchin' with the Housewives. So this is June. Sorry about the glare. I'm going to do this on black, 14 count, Aida. For black, I have not, I'm not willing to change my size for black because it is hard to stitch on. Let me see if that's better. Yeah. June. This is 2 separate pieces. So this is a piece and then this is a piece. I'm going to do it all as one. All as one because they're the same width. It only calls for 7 colors, which is pretty nice. I can't show you, but y'all, their pattern is so well done. It's so well done. All in color. Very cute. Very cute. So this will get started soon. I'd love to have it done by June. I just don't know if that's going to happen. I might put this one aside and start July as soon as it comes, and then do them monthly, and then next year this will go out for the first time. I don't know. We'll see. So that was my first piece of haul. My second piece of haul is I don't have a pattern. Words. I don't have a pattern to show you, but I am participating in the Feels Like Home mystery stitch along thing. Stitch along with us. Hashtag Feels Like Home Sal. Through the Fat Quarter Shop. You can get the packs on their website. They have the DMC and a fancy floss. I just went with DMC. These are the colors. And I decided to do it on ivory. I didn't tea dye it or anything. Some people's thread packs have been a bird.
up here, but mine is a flower. So I think that's another hint of what one of the motifs may look like. Don't quote me because I don't know anything, but that'd be pretty. So this comes out every Friday for the month of May. Maybe Friday, maybe Thursday, Friday. On the 1st, so whatever that day, I don't know. But this is my 32nd Mania start because I wasn't planning on doing this until I came out, and then I was like, yes, please, sign me up. Another piece of haul that I keep forgetting to bring out. I got it in the mail like 3 weeks ago. I won a giveaway. I have won a lot of giveaways. Not a lot. What? I've won a couple of giveaways. One of them was I won a thread keep from Christine at Stitch All the Things. She still has some. So I think she's, and she has all the information. I will link her channel below. She has all the information on Ed's shop, where to get them. But it is a wooden thread keep with a sugar skull lady with flowy hair. And I think it has 10 holes, maybe 12 for your thread. And I haven't put any thread on it because I keep meaning I want to show it before I put thread on it, but then I forget to grab it. And if you could see this setup I have, you're in my lap, basically. Pillows are in my lap, and then y'all are on top of pillows. And if I get up to go get it, I know exactly where it'll be an earthquake. So maybe next time. So that is something I've been meaning to show for this video and last video, but I forget. Even though it's on my list. It's on my list of things to talk about. I'm a ding dong. But I got 2 things from Stash Unload on Facebook. So I got Prairie Schooler. They're both Prairie Schoolers. Red Work Santas. These are going to be part of my Jolly July. 31 Christmas ornament starts in July. I'm going to participate in that. And these are going to be 8 of them. And they're not huge. Oops, sorry. You can't see that. 32 by 57. So, those are doable. 2 colors of floss. And then back stitching in 310. So yeah, I love them. I absolutely love them. I'm super excited. And then I also got, what are these called? Black Work Angels. So I am not going to do these for Jolly July, but I have a thought to do a new religious start for every day of Advent this year. And these would be 8 of them. And then I have some other ornaments that I have in my stash, like freebie ornaments that I have found, that I would add to it to fill up all the days of Advent. So I'm thinking about doing that. But these are, I was so stoked to find these. This is from 2002. They're both from 2002, and they are the original. Ah. So, mother-in-law, if you're watching this and you have Prairie Schoolers, do not get rid of them. Save them for your favorite daughter-in-law. And the last bit of haul I have is a gift I received. Well, I won a giveaway from Erin, the 2 Martini Stitcher. Y'all, she is, I want to be her when I grow up. I want to be a lot of people when I grow up, but she is a riot. I love her.
She's one of my new BFFs and doesn't even know it. She doesn't even know who I am. But, so I used my gift card. I went on 123 Stitch and I have had my eye on this for a while. I got Books of the Bible by My Big Toe Designs. It has all the books of the Bible, and it says all scripture is God-breathed and is useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness. And then it has a border and then some flowers. They have another one similar to this that I also would like to get at some point, but I'm going to do it on 14 count. It's going to be huge. Oh, massive. Massive. It's going to be massive. But I'm really excited to do that one. It is, let me see. Oh, where are you? Stitch count. 145 by 297. It calls for 3 colors. It calls for 2 colors and then 5 of espresso bean, which you cannot find anywhere. So I am going with 938. So those are my colors. So that is all of my things that I had to talk about, and this is a long video and they take forever to upload. So hopefully it'll be ready this week. What goes in here? I don't even know what goes. Oh, this goes in here. So that's all I have. Plans for this week and next week, if I don't get on Monday to film another video, are I am starting Mania on Monday. I can do a video if y'all want to see that. It would be a separate video. Comment down below and let me know. I can also not do one and then just do like a after May, this is what I did video. Either way, doesn't matter. So I'm going to work on that. I am going to start WhipGo stuff. So that's 10 hours on a project, and I have 3 projects I want to work on the month of May. So I'm going to start on one of them this week. I am going to do the weekly challenges for Enchanted Stitching. I am done with the monthlies, so there's that. And I am going to start, I'm going to do Bloomtopia when it comes out, and I'm going to start on the Feels Like Home Sal. Also, no, I'm not even going to talk about it. You know, the big one with all the brown letters, H-O-M-E, H-M-E, and then there's an O, and it's a flower, and I got it from Fat Quarter Shop, and I had a genius plan, but it's over there, and I'm not going to shake the whole room to go get it. So I will show it next time. Hopefully I will have gotten started on the genius plan. It's genius. And I don't know if I've seen anyone do it. I don't know. So that's all I have. Those are some of my plans. Start Mania. I'm very excited. I'm just waiting on my Enchanted Stitching challenges to come out for the week. It is 5:15. And they have, I don't know. Sorry, I was reading something. But that's all I have, and hopefully I'll be back next Monday. If I'm not back next Monday, I will be back in 2 weeks. I had to wait till my husband got home from work because of the little people that like to interrupt me, like what happened last time. So
weird. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.